Hey there, it's Gabriel with Haven Real Estate Group, and today I'm going to be going over some of the pros and cons between purchasing a new build, and also purchasing an existing home. So there is always going to be a little bit of give and take between buying a new home versus buying an existing home. For example, when you purchase a new build, it is more like purchasing, a loaf of bread at the store, because you look and you find what you want. You just give them the price they ask for it, and the home is yours. There's no extreme bidding wars in most cases. Whereas when you purchase an existing home, you're going to be competing against a lot of other very competitive buyers who have also missed out on homes and who are also very emotionally involved in the process. And so oftentimes you're going to go over asking price, especially in this market, and you may end up having to go over market value. So that's just simply not the case with a new build home. The purchase price may be over market value, but you'll be able to assess it and say, this isn't what I want versus this is not what I want. But the downside of that is the builders, the contracts that they have you sign are very much in their favor. They want you, for example, a lot of times they want you to do a non-refundable deposit of, say, 3%. So it's 15 grand that even if you walk away, say your financing falls through, you don't get that money back. Whereas on a pre-existing home, that is considered earnest money, and that will be refunded to you, since in most cases you're going to have a contingency saying that if your financing falls through, you are able to get that money back. Another example is that builders, they do quality work, but they do as little work as possible. In other words, a lot of times they don't include landscaping. And so you may get a beautiful home for a great price, but it doesn't include landscaping, and landscaping can cost 30 grand. And so a new build may cost 30 grand less than a pre-existing home, but you have those downsides, no fence, for example. Sometimes they don't come with any utilities, any appliances, so no refrigerator, no stove, things like that, whereas pre-existing homes often do. So like I said, there is definitely a give and take there, and deciding what's best for you, it depends on your specific situation, your timeline, because a lot of times new builds are several months out, close to 6 months out in most cases. And so, like I said, it depends on your timeline and your personal preference, whether or not you want a new place for potentially a little bit less, or a more developed, more just finished, completed place, pre-existing home, for a little bit more. My name is Gabriel Moderman. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me via call, text, or DM me, or of course you can visit my website, GabrielModermanRealEstate.com.